final piece of my new build with this alley profile cockpit, this GT Omega Prime, is getting a monitor stand, because I run, can you see it in shot? Yeah, just about that 50-inch plasma that's sat on the floor there that weighs about 50 kilos. That's what I use as my monitor. So having the rig pretty much together, the essentials are there. You know, I've got my TSPC racer, my Thrustmaster shifter, Fanatic shifter, Fanatic pedals, my digital dashboard is there. The seats are the motion platforms fitted, but what I haven't yet done is got the monitor stand assembled or fitted. I've still got tactile transducers to fit and my wind simulation. I think that's about everything. But I need to get this on first because I'm missing being able to do some racing, and I really want to try everything out in this new cockpit, obviously. So GT Omega don't yet do an off-the-shelf monitor stand that bolts to this. They do standalone ones that you can buy. And there's probably other manufacturers that do aluminium profile on rig monitor stands, but I thought for the sake of it, I may as well just make my own, because at the end of the day, it's just lengths of aluminium profile. So I've got two upright sections, which you can see here, sort of up to my chin, and then two smaller sections. And really all that's going to happen is these upright sections are going to bolt on the side like that. And then these smaller ones are just going to go across and then onto the back of the TV. And that's all there is to it. Now, the place I bought these from, I'll put a link, it's a UK supplier, but I'll put a link in the description. They cut them to the exact length you want before they post them out. So measure up what you need. I might as well put the lengths that I've got in case you happen to want exactly the same size as me. But they cut them all to length and they post them all out. And they also sell all the little corner brackets that you need and the T-nuts and everything as well. So they do the whole lot. I think this all came to about 130 quid, 140 quid, something like that. So probably similar money to what like an off-the-shelf accessory monitor stand would cost anyway. So I don't think I'll have saved anything by doing this. I'm just impatient and I want to get it done. I want to get it together. So all I've really got to do is, like I say, fix the two uprights and then put those other two pieces across. Now, I've already put the brackets on the back of the TV here. That's what I'm actually using to hold it up with. Two at the top here and then two lower down as well. Oh, this fucking thing weighs a ton. The VESA holes in this were M6. The corner brackets have holes for M8. So all you have to do is get a suitable size washer, an M6 washer that's slightly large in diameter, and it works just fine, no problem at all. I'm sure there's other ways to do it, but that's just how I've chosen to do it for simplicity. Because the profile I'm using is 40 by 40 with M8 T-nuts, so it's all just going to bolt straight on, you know, to my rig as it stands. So I figured I may as well just do it that way. Let's just get this out of the way. The only issue I'm going to have is by the end of this video, I'm going to need to pick that up and put it on and somehow hold it in place from the front whilst reaching round the rear. Someone's going to laugh. Whilst reaching around and inserting my M8 bolts from behind. So it might be that I have to wait until Katie gets home from work and she can help me lift that into place and I can secure it. But what I'm going to do now is get these all installed. Like I said, I don't even know if this really works. I can't see why it won't work, but I'm making it up as I go along. So I'll just get this installed and we'll see how it plays out, shall we? One thing just to mention at this point, whenever you're changing direction with aluminium profile, so if we look at the base here, obviously it runs left to right, and we're going to be adding an upright section, so it's going in the opposite direction. When you do that, your corner brackets, which have these little tabs on that you can see sticking up there, they slot into these channels here, like this. So that's all well and good, but when you then change direction and your bracket's going to go that way, obviously they no longer slot into the channels because they're going across ways. So what you have to do is break those little tabs off with a pair of pliers. It's really easy to do. You literally just, so for this bottom one here, I'm just going to apply the pliers there and just like that. You'll see it's now gone, it's flush. Yeah, there it goes. And then for the back one, slightly more tricky, but I just tend to grab hold of it with the pliers like this, as close as I can. Give it a little wiggle, and again, it snaps off pretty much flush. And if it's not quite flush, you can get your pliers again and just have another little go. Squeeze a little bit more. There we go. That's got it off completely in actual fact. So that's all you have to do. Just get the remains off. That's all you have to do to make that flush like that. And obviously you've still got your two tabs on the other side where it is slotting in the correct direction. Right, carry on. Well, there we go. The DIY monitor stand is installed. I even bought the little plastic end caps that go in here and up there just to neaten it all off a little bit. It was totally painless, as you would expect with aluminium profile. It's a very simple principle. Slide your T-nuts in, put your angle brackets on, do your bolts up. Life's good. Now, be sure when you're doing this to have a spirit level on hand, because these two bits here aren't actually in my final resting place. I need to obviously offer the TV up and see how far apart they need to be. But once I've done that, I'll then stick this across here and make sure that they're level before I do the bolts up tight. And of course, grab a tape measure and make sure you measure the uprights, the distance from the front of your rig to where they are both sides, to make sure that that's square and not on the piss. I won't grab the camera and do a walk around because there's no real need, but I'll just turn it around this way so that you can see, you know, what it looks like from this side. It's not the most exciting of things. It's just rectangular box section, but you can see what's going to happen is my TV with those angle brackets on the VESA mounts are just going to sit on the top here and on the top here and bolt down into T-nuts, which I should have slotted in actually before I put the end caps on. There's a top tip. Put your T-nuts in before you put your end caps on. I've got the ones with the little ball bearings in, so I don't know if I can put them in the channels. They may have to be slid in. But anyway, that's how it's going to work. It's going to sit on there, and so there'll be 4 8mm bolts holding them all done up. But that should, without any problems, take the weight of my old 50-inch plasma, which is about 45 to 50 kilos. Obviously you can adjust the height of everything up and down, and because we've just got straight bars running across, it doesn't matter what width or what size monitor or TV you use, because you'll just put your angle brackets on the VESA mounts on the TV and they'll sit exactly where they need to sit, and you can slide your T-nuts across, so it'll work for anything and everything. Anyway, hopefully that's been of some use to some of you guys with Ali profile rigs. Maybe you've got a prime and you're also waiting on a monitor solution. Obviously for single monitors, you can't fit triples to this. You'd have to get some other sort of bracketry to do that, although it can all be done. But yeah, that's what I'm going to use anyway. So as always, thank you very much for watching. Right, I actually managed to get the TV on by myself. So I thought I may as well show it to you, you know, actually on here now. What I had to do, in case any of you happen to be stuck by yourself whilst your missus is at work, I had to get the TV either side, like my arms round it like this, and I had to lift it above my head and then lower it down slowly into position like this so that it rested across those bars. And I kind of held it there like this, and I had 2 bolts sat here ready, and I managed to just edge my hand around, holding it in place, use my leg to rest the bottom, grab 1 bolt, get it in finger tight, grab the other one, get that in finger tight, and then of course you're okay because it's hanging from the top too. So yes, there we go. There's my DIY monitor mount. Seems to be working just fine. I mean, we've got a little bit of wobble there, but you're going to, it's on 2 upright stilts for want of a better description, but it's certainly less wobbly than what it was on the Art, and I was fine with it on there, so I'm going to be fine with it on here. And again, if you don't have a 50 kilo 50-inch plasma, that's a kilo for every inch, you'll probably find there's a lot less wobble if you've got something more modern and a lot lighter. Anyway, things are gradually coming together for the rig now, so soon we'll have this all finished and I'll do a proper walk around, and I look forward to actually having a go in it, you know. I haven't been able to properly yet because I've been too busy with other things and gradually trying to get stuff, you know, to come together like this. Anyway, that is the end of the video. As always, take it easy.